It's actually kind of exciting. So this is because of the hiatus. I'm back and I'm not sober. Boo, I know. But it's okay because there's a whole method to my madness. First of all, Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Everything. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope if you were trying to stay sober, if you were looking at staying sober, that you are sober. I did not stay sober on New Year's, but it's interesting. Right after New Year's, I'm parched. Hold on. Staying hydrated. Right after New Year's, I had an epiphany. And the epiphany was I can't be broke or a loser this year. And drastic changes, like going cold turkey on something, let's say if you're smoking cigarettes or vaping, going cold turkey is just going to unless you're like super disciplined, it's not the best solution for everybody. And I think I didn't want to not drink and then explode into some sort of, I couldn't do it. That's on me. My discipline was not at the height of what needed to happen in order to achieve something like that. However, I found a compromise of allocating I was going to say 2, but it's 1 day a month for drinking. And it gives me something to look forward to. It enables me to drink in moderation, and it also enables me to be disciplined in other areas of my life the rest of the month. And so that is the plan now. And also, in the same breath of not being a loser and getting drunk all the time, since that has happened, I will be honest. Let me backtrack. I was in a very sulking mood a couple of days after New Year's. I was like, 2025, there were drones going up, geopolitical tensions, and I was like, let's just say if shit does hit the fan, what do I haven't achieved anything, And I was just, that's not really the main point. It was just, I was having this giant view of my life in this world and how I don't have anything to show for it. And I was very sad about that for a long time. For a couple days, I was sulking. You can ask my roommate. Which I'll get to that later. But I was sulking for a while, got through it, and I realized I know what I can do, what I'm capable of, and I just need to do it. And so I was like, I'm only drinking once a month. I'm hitting the gym hard now. I'm almost back to my previous strength already. I did get back on the creatine, and I'm meal prepping, eating chicken and rice and different variations every other week, hitting it hard. It's making me feel better for my confidence. It's making my confidence in other areas of my life better. So it's opening up doorways. And I don't know if you ever listened to Jordan Peterson, but he dropped a dime the other day on Instagram Reels, and he said most young people don't know a solidified plan in their life. And that's kind of how I'm feeling now. I had a plan most of my life, and now I feel like I don't. And so I was now fitting into that category, and he was like, it's fine if you don't have a plan, but just do something and keep doing it. Because while you keep doing it, you create discipline for yourself in what you're doing. And then once you become more disciplined, it makes you smarter in other facets of whatever you're doing. And so the plan starts to materialize the more that you're doing it and the better that you get at it, as long as you're staying consistent. And so I've been doing that with my other job. I've been doing that with the gym, and I'm doing it with drinking. And now I just need to do it with this. And that was the whole reason for the hiatus. To summarize that last little bit, feeling a lot better now, a lot more energized, a lot more motivated. And let me tell you, this is only the beginning. I have my setup now. I finally figured out how to use an audio interface. I got a tripod. You were chilling. Now I want a podcast consistently, and it doesn't have to be specifically on being sober. I was definitely in a rut, and that helped me. It energized myself to get out of that rut, to be more vulnerable for myself. But I've had this idea for a while now. I have 4 friends, and I've been saying it for the longest time, and we've tried, years ago, and it just, no, we weren't really super serious about it. I wasn't really super serious about it. It was just like one of those things like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. But now I don't have anything else to do except for explore my passions. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go headstrong into the china shop like a bull, and I'm going to break all the vases and all the I'm going to break everything in there. And hopefully, I break the glass ceiling as well. Look at that. You like that? You thought it was going somewhere, but it wasn't. I had the idea in my head. Analogies on the fly. And so I have another mic, and usually I'm going to have my buddy in here, and I don't know. Sometimes this is my thought process. You're going to be like, oh, what are you even going to talk about? Why would anyone want to listen to you? And it's like, I have had this feeling before of driving, day to day for a week, whatever. And I'm listening to music all the time. And you ever get tired of listening to music? And you're like, I don't want to listen to music anymore. And so for me specifically, that's when I turn on podcasts. And I don't even care what they're talking about. I just want to hear someone else talk like I'm part of a conversation. And so that's what I thought this would be. It's just a conversation, just for other people to have conversation. And, we can all be a part of something. Whoa. And also, I think that I'm pretty interesting to listen to. And I think that a lot of other people would be interested to hear what I have to say. Hopefully. And that is the antithesis of why I'm starting this. Because for one, this is what I think I'm good at. 2, I think it's going to be fun. 3, I have all the time in the world to do it. It's an opportunity. And there's a little window. I'm going to bust through that window. Get right through it. So yeah, that's where I've been. I haven't been drinking heavily, so I've been drinking. But wait, if I can only, New Year's doesn't count. New Year's doesn't count. New Year's counts as because I started drinking in December, so December was my one day. And then I think last weekend, oh, that's another thing. I haven't been getting sloppy, because that's the one thing that's keeping me from drinking a lot is the hangover. I don't want to feel hungover. That's the worst feeling in the world, is just feeling like crap. My anxiety gets super terrible. I don't want to do anything. It's not a win-win at all. So I have been drinking a lot. I've been drinking a little bit, but I'm back. I'm gonna try to. I want to do this at least once a week. At least do this once a week. Stay consistent with it. There's so many things I would like to talk about too. I'm a big Warriors fan, basketball, and they're sucking right now. They just got the win last night versus Detroit. Thank goodness. But we almost folded in the fourth quarter. Anyway, that's something that I want to talk about eventually, and maybe a little separate other thing. And then I have all my I have a friend that lives in Texas. Once he comes back to Florida, then it's gonna be me, Chris, Matt, Cody here, and that's the big picture. That's my end goal right there, is to have a podcast with those 4 guys, because I love them. And then in between then, I wanted to do another one. We used to hit up Applebee's every Thursday, and then I wanted to call it the AA podcast, and we just go and get smashed at Applebee's, drink a bunch of beer, and come back and talk about whatever. It wasn't really feasible at the time, and now, that was 4 or 5 years ago, and so we were younger lads. And so getting drunk and doing whatever really was it didn't deviate any plans. And now it's like, I don't want to say I'm old, but I'm getting older to where, just going, hey, let's go to Applebee's and get messed up. It's fun, don't get me wrong, and I would love to do it. They don't want to do that. They got their lives going on. And I don't fault them for that, and I understand it. And maybe if I want to become more disciplined and, be a more successful person, I shouldn't be doing that. I'm not doing that, but I would very much like to. So that podcast, Warriors podcast, there's a lot of things I want to talk about. I'm just giving you the whole enchilada right now because I've had a hiatus. But I'm back. And I'm energized and motivated than ever. So that's it, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know what to call it either. So I'm good. I'm like, if you want to suggest a name, drop it in the comments. And there's like, I get a surprise. I got like 30 views on one of them, so that was fun. It's interesting, but it's not like I have a giant client base to ask questions about to people about. It's like, I'll figure it out. I don't need your help yet. Just kidding. Yes, I do. Please watch and subscribe and like. Thank you.